Yo, yo, yo. Back again, man. It's Power Plays Palace, man. It's Monday morning, man. We ain't gonna prolong the time. Let's get to it. Alright, so on Friday, we had spot opening up here at around 740, 75. It pushed down to 735.03, which was the low of the day. And then it worked its way back up, all the way back up to 744.50. Now, that was by 11:20. If you haven't noticed a theme developing, most of the moves, big moves on SPY have been occurring, in the morning. So was a lot of volume and everything. But from there, it came on back down to 738 area, and then it started to work its way back up. Worked sideways for most of the day and stay in the same general 743 to 740 real range, and it just went sideways. And most of the night on Friday, that's what it did. Now today, it jumped. It had a nice little gap up from when it closed the day at 742.36 on Friday night. It opened up this morning at 750. That's an $8 jump that the SPY made this morning. So right there, you can see clearly that there's been a big gap up. And currently, after it made that gap up, it moved all the way up to 752.09, which is the current high today. And now it's right here in this same range. So that's a good $4 range right there. But remember, there's an $8 gap up, so be mindful of that. Does that mean it's gonna jump back down and get into this gap? Possibly, if it breaks below this 748 mark, that could happen. But in the meantime, what we want to do is we want to play based off our levels, and that's what we have right now from SPY. After it had some moves last week, and I know you see this move here at 129 on this chart. That coming across here, that moved us all the way up here to 743 and the 744 before making that jump back up into the 752 area. But that's what we get. As most people know, they were talking about peace deals being done. They finna let the markets flow, and they finna let the oil and all this stuff get through. So we'll see how that affects the market, but it looks like so far it has a nice little impact on what's going on early in the morning. So let's look at our chart for today and see where we're going with our moves on today based on what we see in this pre-market, because like I said, that was a nice little jump, nice gap up. So let's see what we got. So what we'll be looking at, we have a pre-market high of 752.09, pre-market low of 748, and we'll be looking at a breakout long above 752.09 with a target 755, 758, and 760, and then we'll be looking for a possible pullback. If it comes back before it moves up, that's a little pullback entry between 748 and 749, with our targets being 752.09, the pre-market high, 755 and 758. And that's if it's hold out that pre-market support area around that 748, because it could come down there and retest that and then fire back up. On the bearish side, we'll be looking for a rejection short near 752.09. If it goes up there and it pushes back down, our targets will then become 750, 748 again. That's the pre-market high, low, and then 744.44. And then if it pulls back and then starts to push down, we'll be looking for an entry around 747.80 to 747. So I stop above 750. Targets being 744.44, 742, and 740. Now 744.44 is the high today from Friday, and that's where that number comes from. Now, if we above that 752.09 area for y'all that's playing shares or playing the momentum, that's what we'll be looking for our bullish trades, and if we below 748, then we could be looking for some bearish area. And so, anything in between that 752.09, that 748, I would consider that we all consider that like the chop zone because that's where everything was going. But in between those numbers are some psychological areas. So I've always said psychological areas are important. So pay attention to 750 if you are in that range, and that's just because it's a psychological area. It's a whole number, and that's a good area in the 749s. You know, like whole number in between because that's a $4 range. So let's see how that goes, and we'll go from there. But for the day, man, let's try to stay disciplined. It's Monday, a lot going on, and trade the levels and stay disciplined, man. If you don't feel comfortable trading, don't trade. Don't do it. As you can see in this pre-market, you know, it's some movement going on, some hustling, some rustling, some movement going on. So let's see how that affects the market, and let's go from there. And so we'll definitely be moving in these areas, and let's see how it goes. And that's what our trade plan is for today. And let's try to get it in and get it and just do what we do, man. I think we'll do a great job with ourselves if we continue to be disciplined and make trades and do some things. So stay disciplined, stay in your trade, follow your trade plan, and let's get it going from there, man. Let's do what we do, but let's get it going from there. But follow your plan, stay disciplined, and do not overdo it. And that's our trade plan for today. And let's get ready for tomorrow, man. We're going to be doing some things, man. We're going to see what the SPY going to do, man, because, hey, this is a big gap up. But that's our trade plan for today. This boy Power Plays Palace, man. We out.